Well, I would say maybe it's even more ripe for one, because most revivals seem to happen in a time of conflict. Like the Third Great Awakening happened in New York City, and it was right after the stock market crashed. So I think when things are going well, we may not feel like we need God as much as we do. I once asked Chuck Smith, who I talk about quite a bit in this book, who was often called the father of the Jesus movement. I said, Chuck, do you think we'll ever see another Jesus movement? And his response was, I don't know if we're desperate enough. He said people were desperate back then. You know, you have to remember that in the late 60s, it seemed like America was coming apart. I mean, our leaders were being killed before our eyes. JFK, Martin Luther King, Robert F. Kennedy. Young men were coming home from Vietnam in body bags. There were riots in the streets. The drug revolution, the sexual revolution, everything was going crazy at once. And so God sent the Jesus revolution. I feel there's some real parallels between then and now. So I think this division, which is real, only God could bring about the change in our hearts. And so that's why I really focus on this. And it was my privilege actually to be at the White House not long ago for a dinner for evangelical leaders. And I was asked to say a few words. And I shared these thoughts with the president in attendance, and the vice president, and the first lady, and other members of the cabinet. And so, you know, and I kind of went over to 2 Chronicles 7:14, which says, of course, you know, if my people which are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, God says, I'll hear from heaven, forgive their sin, and heal their land. So we want to see our land healed, but God says, if my people, you know, it's interesting, when we see problems in America, everyone wants to point their finger at the White House, but God points his finger at his house. It says, my people. So I think that we Christians need to pray for revival in our own life and then a spiritual awakening in America.